جمهوری اسلامی ایران در ماه‌های اخیر
In recent months, the Islamic Republic of Iran has once again been subjected to direct military aggression by the United States and the Zionist regime. Following the attacks of June 2025, the world once again witnessed repeated military assaults on Iran during the months from February to April 2026, act that targeted not only the security of our nation, but also the credibility of the entire international legal order. On February 28, 2026, the Iranian people lived through one of the bitterest and most painful days in their history. On that day, the leader of the Islamic Revolution, as the highest political and religious authority in the Islamic Republic of Iran, was martyred along with members of his family while in his office. At the same time, a school in the city of Minab was attacked, and 168 students, members of the educational staff, and members of their families were killed in a criminal act. When attacks on educational centers, medical facilities, vital infrastructure, economic installations, and even peaceful nuclear facilities under the supervision of the International Atomic Energy Agency pass without an effective response from the international community, no country will be confident that it will not become the next victim of such behavior. Even more troubling is that these attacks took place at a time when the Islamic Republic of Iran had chosen the path of diplomacy and dialogue, and negotiations were underway to resolve differences. The response to diplomacy was not through negotiation, but through a military attack. Such behavior undermines confidence in diplomacy, calls into question the credibility of mechanisms for the peaceful settlement of disputes, and carries a dangerous message for the future of international relations. Ladies and gentlemen, what the Islamic Republic of Iran has faced was not merely a threat to the national security of one state, but a challenge to the fundamental principles on which the international legal order is based. Therefore, defending these principles is not merely a defense of the Islamic Republic of Iran, but a defense of collective security, regional stability, and the credibility of international law. If the principle prohibiting the use of force is weakened, and military aggression becomes normalized in international relations, no state, regardless of its size, strength, or geographic location, will be immune from the consequences. Peace must be built, maintained, and preserved. Excellencies, although only a few weeks have passed since the signing of the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding to end the war, the United States has once again shown that it does not abide by its commitments. The blatant violation of the provisions of this memorandum and the attacks on transport infrastructure, drinking water facilities, fishing boats, local commercial vessels, meteorological centers, and other civilian infrastructure are clear examples of violations of international law and international humanitarian law, and clearly embody the continuation of a policy of resorting to force and disregarding international obligations. At the same time, the direct intervention of the United States in implementing security and maritime arrangements in the Strait of Hormuz and the reimposition of the naval blockade have once again endangered the security of one of the world's most important strategic waterways and disrupted the normal flow of international commercial shipping. Excellencies, Ministers of Foreign Affairs, the Islamic Republic of Iran strongly condemns the continued attacks by the Zionist regime on Lebanon, the repeated violations of that country's sovereignty and territorial integrity, as well as the blatant violation of the obligations arising from the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding by the United States and the Israeli regime. The continuation of these acts has exposed the security and stability of the West Asia region to grave dangers. At the same time, the ongoing humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza, the continuation of the occupation, the killing of civilians, the widespread destruction of vital infrastructure, and the deprivation of the Palestinian people of their most basic human rights remain one of the deepest crises of the human conscience and one of the most serious threats to regional and international peace and security. The impunity enjoyed by the perpetrators of these crimes has not only led to an escalation of violence, but has also posed a serious challenge to the credibility of the international legal order and multilateral mechanisms. The Islamic Republic of Iran reaffirms the necessity of the immediate cessation of all military actions against civilians, the complete lifting of the blockade, ensuring unhindered access to humanitarian aid, its firm opposition to any forced displacement of the Palestinian people, and its support for the Palestinian people's right to self-determination. Achieving lasting peace in the region will not be possible without ending the occupation and restoring the legitimate rights of the Palestinian people. Iran, with its unique geopolitical position, represents a pivotal link between Central Asia, South Asia, West Asia, and international waters, and it is ready to place its broad capacities in the fields of transport corridors, energy security, regional trade, and economic cooperation at the service of the member states of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The future of this organization should be shaped on the basis of a comprehensive and multidimensional approach, so that issues of security, economic development, energy, regional connectivity, technology, and humanitarian cooperation are all taken into account together.
همکاری‌های انسانی در کنار یکدیگر مورد توجه قرار گیرد.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.